Hey, good afternoon, Facebook friends. Today I want to talk about giving you some tips on how to turn your clients into raving fans. I mean, after all, every business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, CEO, or business owner, someone who is working with relationships and working with clients, working with customers, the most important thing that I think you would agree about is creating loyalty with your customers and clients. And I want to talk about today about the word of mouth marketing as we know it. It's more powerful today than any other time in our history because your customers today have powerful tools to communicate with people around them. If you think about just a simple device as your phone, people can get on their phone and share their experiences with other customers who are basically are shopping for the competition and are looking for those amazing experiences, and your business is on the line. And probably within 10 to 30 seconds, people can share their comments or feedback about your business, and they can tell whether they're going to be raving about your business or they're going to be saying negative things about your business. So whatever business you're in, having raving fans is the key to scale up your company, to scale up your brand in a powerful way that you never thought about before, because today people are looking all around us to get some feedback. It's something very simple that I think most people do right nowadays is how to look at, for example, if you have retails or you have restaurants or you have hotels, what do people do? The first thing that they do is they look at TripAdvisor, right? They look at TripAdvisor, they look at Yelp, and they want to see what is your business all about? What are the customers, the most important people, are going to tell someone else about their experience with your company? Anne Mary, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast here on Going Live. I appreciate you joining us. I know you are a big customer service fan with everything that you're doing, and you're going to have a book coming out. So, Anne Mary, thank you so much for joining me. Gary Abs, thank you so much, brother. Gary Abs is in my inner circle, Next Gen Hospitality, doing a lot of amazing things, and we always talk about that +1 experience. Today, I really want to share with you why is it important to turn your clients into raving fans and why word of mouth marketing is bigger than ever. So I want to give you those 3 things that you can take with you, and feel free to share your comments and feedback on this live Facebook Live podcast, whatever you want to call it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. So number 1, to think about what is the number 1 thing you want to do to create raving fans with your clients. Number 1 is to make them feel important. And here's what I'm saying here. How many times you go to a place and you're not even being acknowledged, you're not being even recognized there as a customer who's going to spend money and doing business with this kind of a company, right? So number 1, what you want to do is make them feel welcome and important and valued, because they're not just another number, they're not another body in your business that does business with you. And so do you remember what it's like to be somewhere? It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe you went shopping recently, maybe you went to a restaurant recently, maybe you went to a hotel recently. How did you feel? I want to know, did you feel important? Feel free to put your comments whether you felt, when was the last time you felt important, valued, someone treated you like a VIP, someone was looking at you as the most important person in the world, and you truthfully say, whether you spend whatever the amount of money you spent there, they really made you feel important, no matter what it is. So share with me, put down a comment of whatever you think that was an experience for you that you felt like the most important person in this experience. They truthfully gave you that amazing experience. You walked in, whether you called a business, maybe you went there for other things, but you felt really valued and important. So number 1, to create raving fans, and remember this, it's what they say is the first impression, right? You only have one shot in making that first impression a valuable impression for that customer. And so those moments are very important, and make them feel important throughout the experience as well. It's not just a one-time interaction. Continue to make make them feel important as your customer. No matter if they're spending $1 million or $500, make them feel important. Number 2 is anticipating and exceeding their needs. You know, many of us nowadays have the opportunity to learn more about our customers. We have the opportunity to find out what their preferences are, what their shopping experience is like. And I'm going to share with you an example that personally, this is why I do business with Amazon, and why Amazon, I'm a loyal customer, because, and this is just an example to this, Amazon is really good about finding out what your preferences are as a customer. And I'm sure that when you're doing retail, or when you're shopping with retail stores or other stores, they're coming to find out what your preferences are. Hotels are perfect examples. You anticipate and exceeding the needs because you know your customers, you know what they like, you know what they prefer. Jackie, thank you so much for joining me on this call. Feel free to chime in, put your comments about. We're talking about tip number 2, and tip number 2 is about anticipating and exceeding the customer needs. When you're doing that, that's very powerful, because most of the time I think that people know the basics about their customers. They don't know their likes and dislikes, and even more than that, creating that personal connection, finding out what is it about them that makes them tick, that they're going to feel that they are the most important person. Number 1 was making them feel like the most important, and number 2 is finding out what their needs are. This is why they do business with you, because they feel comfortable with you. They know they're going to experience you are the provider and someone who is giving them more than what they anticipated. So Amazon was a great example, but any other business that, such as hotels, such as restaurants, it's finding out about that customer needs and anticipating them even more, to know maybe they like a certain food, maybe they like a certain drink when they experience with you, and finding out what those are. Number 3 is creating value, creating added value to their experience. People want to do, especially customers nowadays, when there's so much competition, they asking themselves, what kind of value did you create for me? I mean, I'm your customer and I'm a paying customer, but what kind of value are you creating for me? Why should I shop with you? Why should I spend money with you? And why should I spend the time with you in order to create an experience, right? So be thinking about in your business, and I'm sharing those 3 things, and they can be applicable to any industry, any business. Those 3 things that we want to make people, our clients, we want to make them feel important, like they're $1 million. Make them feel good. They're going to experience that, and they're going to come back and do business with you. Number 2 is that finding out what their needs are and anticipating those needs, because those needs are very powerful. If you can now think about not only satisfying their needs, but how can you exceed their needs, okay? Number 3, and that is, we were talking about the whole equation about value. People will spend money with you, but maybe they'll spend $500, maybe they'll spend $1,000 or $5,000. But as long as they know that there's value that's exceeded or more why they got what they got, whether it's a product or a service. So I'm going to go back to the hotel experience. And the hotel experience, someone may pay $300 or more, or maybe less, but more or less, they are there to already spending the money. So you don't want to give average experience. You don't want to give average service. Average service is below the line. And even when you're giving satisfying experiences, it's still not catching the customer attention. So when someone is doing business with you, give him that extra +1 experience that creates value for them, and they will come back. I think all of us can relate to all of that, whatever industry you're in, whatever business you're in, because now you're starting to focus on something that will set you apart from the competition. Because again, everybody's maybe doing the same thing as you do, but what's so different about you? And as a customer, can I share that with people? Can I recommend you to other people? And so the whole topic about turning clients into raving fans, it's about something that will set you apart than your competition. right? You want loyalty. I mean, the end goal, or every business goal, is not to spend more money to create new clients. Be smart and be thinking about your current clientele. Look at your current clients, see how you can add value to them, see how you can create that plus one experience for them. And that's how you're turning them into loyal customers, because they want to keep doing business with you. So these are my top 3 about how to create those raving fans. I'd love to have your feedback and share your comments about maybe you had an experience recently that was a top experience and you want to share that with me. I would love to learn more about that. And I'll be thinking about more couple tips for you as we go moving along for this week. It's Monday, but I thought about adding value to you. My name is Tal Schnell. What I do is I scale up customer service for your business. I take your customer service from good to great. So feel free to contact me, and have yourself a great evening.